Hello, my name is Dr. Klumber and this is my Let's Play of Japan. I'm playing on Iron Man regular difficulty. I'm by no means a superstar in this game yet. I've only played 40 hours or something like that, not enough to know everything. So this Let's Play is as much about me learning from you as you learning from me, if you want to learn. I may make mistakes, I'm very open to feedback. I hope to stream in the future, but at the moment my upload speed can't do that. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do it like this, and I welcome you to leave any feedback you have in the comments below. So let's get to it. Japan. I've not played Japan before, so this is a new experience. Actually, I'm lying. I've looked at Japan for one of my tutorial videos, but I've not actually played it properly yet. So let's begin with the basics. Hirohito doesn't like to call allies. And our factories are pretty reliable. That's really good. And the fishing recovery rate is nice as well. Recovery rate is really important to make sure your troops are ready to fight sooner than the enemy. We're fascists, 100%, so that's not going to change in a hurry. We have limited conscription, limited exports, and partial mobilization. Now, I'm not a fan of limited exports. I suppose it's historically correct, but the bonuses we get for it, the only thing that stops happening is that we get fewer resources to market, which could be advantageous were it not that you get civilian factories back if you put resources to market, so we won't be getting those. We'll see how it goes, but I might change that up to either export focus or free trade, because that research time bonus is very nice, and the construction speed and factory output bonuses are maybe even nicer. Yeah, but we're stuck with limited exports. Likewise, we want to change the conscription quite soon, but we're alright for manpower, so there's no rush to do that. And then the other thing, partial mobilization. Yeah, that's alright for now. We don't want to turn it down. We might want to turn it up there, but that's going to be... Oh, actually, we can do that straight away. That's interesting. We might want to do that. Right. So Japan. What sort of national focuses have we got? We can reinforce the Soviet border. Always sensible. Chinese border incident. Oh, this is how you trigger the Marco Polo bridge. And then we choose whether we want war or a puppet. Either way, we have to go to war with them, don't we? I think we do. I'm not sure. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if that works. I'm going to try that. Playing with national or with historical focus. But that doesn't mean that I have to play with historical focus. Army primacy, pretty standard. Bonuses to research, I presume. Yeah, looks like it's a bit of experience, but not a lot. The doctrine bonuses are very nice though, because that takes a long time to research. Navy primacy, yeah, that's definitely something that we'll want to look at. As well as increased naval production. Spiritual mobilization. I think this is where... No, where do we go to war with the friendly Russians? Have we not got something for that? Oh, we can strike the USA. Right. I don't think I want to do that yet. Okay. It's always a good idea to start with these as soon as possible. I don't know if I want to go straight into the border incident. I'm quite tempted to increase our naval production. Either of these do the same thing. I'm not a fan of super heavy battleships. They take too long to build. Naval air though, that's very interesting because I like my carriers. And carriers like cruisers. Yes, I think we will go there first. The thing is, if we go to war with China, we don't really have to worry about Air Force too much, because China has... Oh, actually, that's not a bad number. Nearly 200 planes at the max. Yeah, that would be interesting. Right, let's have a look at research. That's something that I always want to research early on because I tend to forget. But the standard opening is to improve industry. Japan is no different. Engineering, another one that I always start with. Early on you might as well get as much of the production and research bonuses because it'll speed up all the other research. We don't start with a fighter, which I definitely will want, especially as we want carrier fighters, and I need to build up my factories for that. So we're going to start with that. Our army will come in a bit. Now we've got... Oh, that's not good. There's not a lot of factories here, is there? I think that basically tells me all I need to know about what we're building with these. As many of these on the mainland as possible, thank you very much. And then production, pretty standard production line. I don't want to build interwar fighters, we're researching the other one. As soon as that's true, we'll start to pump those out as much as possible. We need to pump up our infantry equipment. Oh, we've got quite a lot of these, so that's going to go up. I like to stockpile as many of these as possible for later. Same goes for those. And then do I want to add artillery? Yes, but let's do it this way. Adding artillery to your troops early on is probably one of the most important things you can do. So we're going to give that quite high priority. Having artillery in my infantry divisions will make a real difference against China. Right, so that's done. We are building a Congo class, which is a nice battleship, a level 2. We are building a carrier level 2, also a nice ship. Heavy cruiser, no, I'm not sure if I need those, but we'll see. Level 1 destroyers, we've got level 2 submarines as well. Okay, so that's interesting. We've got quite a lot of good navy. Now, I sort of expect that being Japan, but it's good to see that we've got these. What have we got for light cruisers? A level 2 light cruiser. Look at that. We're going to start building these as well because basically I want to combine these with my carriers so that I have an effective projective fleet in 1.65 years. Oof. Oh, lack of resources. Okay. No, that's too many because we also need to build these a bit quicker. I don't want them clogging up my lines for too long. Actually, that's not going to go that quick. Do I want these? I don't want 5 of them, that's for sure. So that's going to go. I do want those. Yeah, let's get that out as quickly as possible. I'll worry about deployment later. So, resources. Now there's a good reason to go to war. Yeah, we're going to have to do a lot of this. These civilian factories are atrocious. 26 I've got now. Didn't that show a lower number earlier? I might be making it up. Oil. Now, we have some preferred candidates. The US not really being one of them, but I suppose at the moment we might as well drain them for all that we can drain them. Actually, no, that's a bad idea. I don't want to give them more industrial capacity than they've already got. Let's go to the less likely candidates. We'll only ask for a little bit because these tend to run out of supply at some point. But getting 24 from them is probably a better idea. Aluminium, or aluminum as the Americans say. I don't really care if this comes from France. France is not going to survive. If they are, I'll be very impressed. So I'll do that. Oh, I've just remembered something else I need to do. And then rubber, we get that from Sham, that's just around the corner, we don't need that much yet. Chromium we've got, but even short of steel. Ugh. Right, so it's safe to say that the industrial base for Japan isn't exactly brilliant. Where are we going to get that from? Let's get it from the friendly Germans. A bit of Krupp-Thyssen style has never actually killed anybody. Actually, I think it might have done. Right, so that's the trade setup. One thing that I just remembered I want to do is because we're Japan, we're an island nation, I've got to do naval invasions, I've got to get my resources from all over the place, so I want to start building convoys straight away. Right, I think that sort of covers it. I'll start the clock running anyway, and then I'll sort out my troops and ships whilst that is going. Right, so we've got the main island. That'll just be, I think, garrisons and things like that. Actually, we've got marine and a mobile division. That's interesting. We'll make them an army. Call them the mainland garrison. Then we need a Chinese front. I think quite a lot of these are mobile, yeah. Right, let me select this whole lot. Then we can split them. Is that all we've got? Oh, 38 divisions. I say. Oh sure, I selected more than 10 there. And then we're going to split off the mobile divisions. They're just cavalry, there's nothing special about them. But I remember from Hearts-Valiant 3 that these are actually only really useful going for a northern flanking maneuver through Shaanxi and maybe into Sibei-Sanma if we can declare on them. So we're going to call these guys the Mobile Army 1 because I anticipate to get a few more. And then we have here Army 1, loads of garrisons. Oh, look at that, untrained garrisons. I don't really want them fighting against Chinese, even though the Chinese probably will put garrisons up against me. So I'm going to tinkle them out and give them their own army. Now this is getting a bit worrying because that's 17 of those divisions, so our army resources aren't exactly what you would like up there. I'm going to change things around though. I've called them China Garrison. I don't want them anything to do with China, we're going to call them the Russia Garrison. And then there's some of them in here as well, you see that? Right, I'll sort that out in a minute. We're going to take these and just plonk them in with the mainland so that I can look at them later. Extract what we need. These guys are all very important for later. Do I need them there now? We'll leave them be, but the problem with these garrisons is of course that they're very weak, so they're not going to be, you know, instrumental in keeping 20 US Marine divisions out of these islands, but we can work with that later. So what have we not got yet? 4. Well, that's not too bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. You are going to be in the China army, which I don't think I named. Yeah, okay, good. Let me name that now. How did I end up with even more garrisons in there now? Oh, this is going to be painful, isn't it? In the in my playthrough so far, I've noticed that China is actually quite capable of keeping Japan off. and I'm beginning to see why they are able to do that. This is the home nation. Have we got a useless? Yeah, you're useless, you can do that. And then we have the China infantry. They're actually very experienced though, that's quite nice. We need a high skill commander who can do things. A river attack. The first thing we have to do, or the second thing really, after we take Beijing, is cross a river. So I like that. He's going to be in charge of that. The mobile army. Have we got anybody with a bit of combat which is useful? They're mainly going to be rushing. I think, yeah, reconnaissance is actually quite useful. So we're going to give him that. The Russia garrison do the same thing as we did earlier. One useless field marshal, please. No, we don't have useless field marshals. Oh, that's not bad. You get a useless general then. And the island garrisons, same thing. Now, the reason to assign these for me is more than anything that I've got little pictures down here so I can recognize which army I'm actually selecting. Right, that's the army sorted. Let's give the main armies some instructions. So your front line is going to be, yeah, I think that makes sense. Do we need, no, we don't need that. And we'll leave it at that. You prepare for that. And a mobile army. Oh, did I just give them a, I didn't, did I? No. My mobile army is going to be facing this lot, which is quite a long border actually, looking at it. But I think this should be okay. And the Russia garrison will tell to garrison the border with Russia. Now that's not difficult, is it, guys? You can do that. Alright. So that's the army. What about the navy? We've got a lot of boats. And it's done. I think that silly thing. Actually, that's an interesting fleet. What I like doing is grabbing all my navies and just chucking them in one place, because that way I can amend what they do, how they look, what sort of capabilities they've got and all that sort of stuff. We have an event and we have our national focus as well. That's good. Dum, dum. I think that's probably everything. We'll wait. What national focus next? Do we keep going on? Do we need more light and heavy cruiser research? No, we're already at 2. More building slots, thank you very much. We have to be a bit careful, of course, because we're so resource poor. We could end up with no resources at all if we keep pumping resources into ships. So this is actually quite a difficult decision, really. We might as well bump that up as we're building it anyway. 4 years, that's too long. 2.5 is better. Yeah, and then in future we'll try and get these going. I'm actually going to change that to unlimited because I like having a lot of subs. They're very useful to dominate different sea tiles and things. Right, what was I doing again? Oh yeah, we were doing this. Going to merge you all, going to have a look if I forgot anybody. I did. I always seem to forget these little fleets. They're parked in the middle of nowhere. I understand that the game tries to model that, but these fleet compositions are basically useless. I like giving them my own spin. Whilst I'm doing that, we might as well have them do something useful. Another event, the Spanish Civil War. No doubt the Republicans are going to kick nationalist Spain's backside. Ah, yeah, I knew I forgot something. That's that. Right, so now we need to look at how to balance these fleets. Well, we're Japan, and at first we're facing little old China, who have seven. So we're not worried about that. They're not going to have any serious capability. They might have a heavy cruiser, and that's about it. So we could take them on quite easily. So I might change my focus here actually. What I want to do is win this war in China, the invasion that's coming. And for that purpose I think we will use floating airfields and shore bombardment. So having taken that into consideration, I'm going to make 3 fleets with a carrier each. Because the Chinese Air Force, once we actually start hitting them hard, should crumble. How many planes have I got? Oh, a few more. Tactical. Yeah, so what we will do is create... that's weird. In this list, it's showing carriers on top. You go into this list and the carriers have changed. I don't know why. But I think we have 3 Congo class here. So we're going to move one of those. These are carriers 1. Okay. I don't really care about the difference in those for this purpose. And we need to put a bunch of heavy cruisers with them, just so we have more punching power when it comes to shore bombardments. And we have 14 of those, so we're going to go 3. And then we have 19 light cruisers. We'll put 4, no 5, and they're going to be fighting near the home base anyway, so we'll throw in some destroyers to make sure that they can actually fight submarines. I don't know if China has any, but we want to be secure in that. That seems quite a sensible fleet. 11353, yeah. So we'll do that again. This menu is so annoying, by the way. Oh, yeah. This is really annoying. I really got pissed off about this. Look what it's done. It's put these boats that I've just selected in with that fleet because that was the window that was still open. The fact that I clicked away the fleet doesn't matter apparently. I really hope Paradox fix that because, yeah, it's a pain in the neck, really. How many of these did I say I wanted? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Why is this jumping as well? 5. That's it. Close this window. Close that window. Open that window. Take these out again. Oh, actually, we could just do that. There. Alright. Attempt number 2. Congo class. Carrier. 1, 2, 3. I'm keeping them the same class. I'm not sure if it matters or not. I've not looked at them yet, but I like keeping destroyers sort of equal, if you like. That way you don't get one destroyer that's limiting the whole fleet in their speed and distance that they can cover. We need some of these. Same, I suppose you go for those, but I'm not too bothered. I've already got 2 of these as well. That's interesting. I'm going to use them for convoy raiding. 2, 3, 4, 5. And yeah, that's it. Close that because I don't want to do that again. And then we've got this, and we can do all the same again. I'm not sure if you could make this quicker, to be honest. I can moan about it, but it's yeah, I don't know. I just like a bit more sort of options to order these ships into a certain degree and all that. And this scrolling, oh, when you have this many ships, it gets a bit stupid. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the sole purpose of these fleets is to basically lay waste to the whole Chinese coast. So they will help with invasions by marines going in and all that, and they will provide mobile air stations, airfields, whatever you want to call it. So that's all very useful. Now, let's make one other type. I'm going to leave the main fleet just lying here. I don't need them at the moment. Yeah, that's it. Now, what else do I want to do here? Do I want to control the water? Yes. That is a given. Let's do that. And then I'm going to put them... They only have half width. Or whatever it's called. What is it called again? Length, basically. So they can fit into smaller harbours and things. Those aren't actually harbours. Naval base 6. What I want to do with these is to control every single sea zone around Japan. So it makes sense to have them quite central. That's Naval base 1. That's a 6. We will let them fly from Nagasaki. Right, Lompos. And then I'm going to split all of these into smaller groups. So the idea behind this is that I want to get dominance, naval supremacy in all these different tiles around Japan. And the easiest way to do that is to have loads of little submarine groups just basically floating around and keeping track of what's going on. And the easiest way to do that is to just click this a few times. I think that's about right. Get the biggest one, 24. Click, click, click. Yeah, we'll do that. Click, click, click. So 3 or 4 is what we're aiming for, really. There is 6. Sorry, this is awfully boring. I'm well aware of that, but I don't know. Maybe you find it interesting to see how I set up my navies and what I intend to do with them. If I was a real wizard, I might actually just edit this bit out of the video before I upload it. But why not see all the pain involved with playing this game, eh? What better sales method? Not that I'm selling the game, I'm not endorsed by Paradox or anything like that, but I like the game and I want to show you exactly what it's like. So I suppose these rather painful bits that you have to do in the setup stage, they just need doing. Right, that's it. My timer is about to go, so what I'm going to do next is say thank you for watching. My name is Dr. Klumber, and this series will upload, I think, once a day or something like that. And I hope you enjoyed it. I realized this was a very boring first episode, but no worries, because war with China will be here soon. Right, thank you for